Welcome back to part 10 of the roleplay server tutorial. In this section we're going to be adding in the loading of owned vehicles. So let's get down to it. First of all, we need to make an enumerator, which will be inside here at the bottom of these ones. Type enumerator owned car data, and then owned car ID, owned car owner, owned car lock, owned car model, owned car color. Set that to 2 because we're going to have 0 and 1. Float owned car position of 4, X, Y, Z and alpha. Owned car plate of 10, just to be on the safe side, and that is it for now. We can add things at a later date. Now go down here. So it's going to be vehicle variables. New owned cars, max vehicles, owned car data. We don't need to bother with the total houses created such thing this time. We just need that. If you wanted, you could add in a variable here saying total player vehicles loaded, but you don't need it. So now we've got that, we need to go into this, and first of all we need to create just a basic load player owned vehicles player ID, and what this is going to do is return true for now. It's going to be a new query of 128 for now. MySQL format, SQL connection, query, size of query. That's going to be select all from owned cars where owner ID is equal to my ID, and limit I. This is going to be player data, player ID, PSQL ID, and then it's going to be max owned vehicles, and inside of here we can go to the top and add in hash define max owned vehicles 3. That's going to be 3 per player, that is all. Then it's going to be MySQL query, SQL connection query, and then it's SQL load player owned vehicles, and it's going to have 1 integer, and it's going to be player ID. Now here we need to do server SQL load player owned vehicles player ID, return true. Here we're going to need to create a vehicle, so we need to, well, first we're going to check if there's no rows, so if exclamation mark cache num rows, return true. You don't need to print anything there. And now we're going to add new rows, fields, and vehicle ID is equal to invalid vehicle ID, just to default it. So now what we need to do is cache get data rows fields SQL connection for new integer new I is equal to 0, I below rows, and I below max vehicles, I plus plus. What we need to do first is actually create the vehicle. So vehicle ID is equal to create vehicle, and it's going to be vehicle type, so it's going to be cache get field content int, and I model ID SQL connection, and then it's going to be cache get field content float I plus X SQL connection, cache get field content float I plus Y SQL connection. I'm just going to copy that 2 more times, Z and A. So we've got X, Y, Z rotation. Now we need the colours of them, so cache get field content int I color 1, and just to copy that, color 2. Now that may look a wee bit strange to you, but it will, well, should work, so let's just save that. 16, 17 to 23. No, try again. It's gonna be errors down here, but 18 to 24. I know what it is. What we need to do here, we need to add -1. False. -1 for the respawn delay, and false for having a siren. So compile again, 3 warnings, so yep, that's fine. That's never used, which we know about. Now if we go here, now we need to set the variables up to be loaded. Owned, what do we call that? Owned cars, was it? Yeah, owned cars. Vehicle ID owned car ID is equal to cache get field content and I ID SQL connection. Owned cars vehicle ID owned car owner is equal to cache get field content and I owner ID SQL connection. I'm just going to drag this inside here for now, just to reference from. Owned cars vehicle ID owned car look is equal to cache get field content int I look state SQL connection, so we can get rid of that and that. Now we need to do the models. Owned cars vehicle ID owned car model is equal to cache get field content integer I model ID SQL connection. So we've got owner is lock state, yes. Fine, that's fine. Now, owned cars, vehicle ID, owned car color, 0 is equal to cache get failed content int I color 1. SQL connection. Now all we need to do is copy that. 1, 2. Might as well get the plate cache get failed content. It's going to be I. Then it will be plate owned cars vehicle ID owned car plate SQL connection 10. And now I need to get the position, so cache get failed content float I plus X SQL connection. At the beginning of this we need to do owned cars vehicle ID owned car position 0 is equal to. Now just copy this so you have it 4 times, then 0, 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z, alpha. Remove that. Now you've got the loading. All we need to do now is set the license plate, so set vehicle number plate, vehicle ID, and then it will be owned cars vehicle ID owned car plate, then set vehicle to respawn vehicle ID. And now what we're going to do, we're going to check the lock state and set it to what it should be. So if owned cars vehicle ID owned car lock is equal to 0, is equal to 1, we will toggle the vehicle's lock, vehicle ID true, else toggle vehicle's lock to false. And now under here we'll keep the vehicle related. No, we can't do that because there was more. We'll leave it in here. No. That's what we need. Now if we go down to the bottom, you'll have toggle vehicle lock vehicle ID, and then it's going to be a boolean value of state, and here we will return true. So get vehicle params X vehicle ID engine lights alarm doors bonnet boot and objective. Now what we need to do is new engine lights alarm doors bonnet boot objective, and then set vehicle params X vehicle ID engine lights alarm, and then we put lock state here, bonnet boot objective. We'll change this to lock state then come back in here, compile, done. So that's the owned vehicles loading setup. So now all we need to do is copy this and go into publics on login, on account login, load player data, and SQL on load account. Now in here we need to do load player owned vehicles player ID. That is what it is, I think. Yeah, it was. Now go here, compile. Now didn't even know I had it open. Oh well. Now what we need to do, we need to look at our table again inside of here, and ignoring this top part, we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 11. So what's the table code up here? Owned cars, and we need 11. Owned cars 11. The first one is going to be ID as usual, auto incremented. Okay, there we go. Owner ID lock state, so owner ID default value of 0, lock state default value of 0, model ID default value of 0, even though it'll always be set, color 1, color 2, same again, 0, 0, plate of variable variety of characters of 10, default value none, position X, Y, Z and alpha, X, Y, Z, alpha as floats, give them a default value of 0. Now that's it. Save your table. You've got your table there. You're good to go with the loading. And the next part of the tutorial we will set up saving and purchasing. I think. Well, no, we've got to add in dealerships first. Well, that takes 2 minutes to do. So yeah, stay tuned for the next part and take it easy. If you like these videos, like, comment and subscribe. And if you need any help, then we've got a Discord, or you can always comment here and I will get back to you. Take it easy, guys.